Avril here with Real Sisters Colorado. Welcome. Today we're going to tie this Midge wing loop emerger. This size that you're looking at right now is a size 20. I'll tie it up on a size 18 so we can capture it better on the video. So let's get started. So I've got my beads and I found a way that works for me to get the bead out. I've got the container, I've got my hook, and I just run the hook through the beads, and there you have it. That's the easiest way I've found to get the bead onto the hook. Okay, so I've got my bead on and I'm tying on my thread, and I just work my way to the back of the hook. Just around the beginning of the bend of the hook. I want to tie on my tail, so you can just grab a 2-inch piece or so and give it a couple of pinch wraps. You've got it secure, and then I lift it up so that it becomes the last, catches at the last and ends up at the last. Then grab with your left hand and kind of stretch your material out, and then set it on the top of the hook and do some kind of spiral wraps up top of the hook. And then just kind of pull your wing material back to see where you are or where you want to be. Leave yourself enough room here so that you can put in your dubbing and make a nice loop. Then as I come back, I join my thread so that I'm making a nice tight secure locking of this material. It's getting caught. Okay. So once you get your thread back to the tail, you can also just cut off your tail. So the next step is to put in your stripped peacock curl, which you've stripped the barbules off with a racer. And you're going to tie it in at the tail of by the tail, and then work your way back up the hook to your end point. And then you're going to wrap this, being careful not to catch it as you come around on the point of the hook. And you want the wraps to go kind of just meet, and that's what creates that segmented look on the body of the fly. wrap, and then we will secure peacock and then trim off the excess. So now you're going to pull back on this wing material. You're going to put a couple wraps in right here, 2 or 3 wraps, and that sets your wing so that you can loop it forward after you've dubbed it. So now you're going to take your dubbing and I like to put it on fairly tight because I'm going to pick it out once the fly is complete. So I like it to be tight on this fly. Build yourself a nice thorax. Bring your thread just behind the bead, and you can see this stuff is very spiky. So now we're going to create our wing, and I'm going to take my dubbing tool and I'm just going to grab it and just hold it with one finger and put a couple of wraps in. And then once I have the wraps on, then I can sort of play with it till I've got the loop the way that I want it. I can come in and put a couple more wraps in. And I have tied this where I leave a little spike in front of the hook, but I am gonna cut it off today, and then come in and go right behind the hook and put a nice thread base in. And now I'm just gonna take my whip finish tool and come in and put a couple of whip finishes in. Okay. Then I'm gonna take my dubbing tool, just pull out a few of these. And once I have that, then I can do a little trimming of the loose hairs. And this should catch some fish. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at avril@realsisterscolorado.com. I'd be happy to chat with you. Have a great day, and until we see each other again, tight lines.